Hi everyone, Tuan Nguyen here. Today's training topic is going to be three-way calling and how it's going to benefit your business. Three-way calling is extremely very important. In my years of actually being in the relationship marketing industry, I found out that you cannot build a business without three-way calling. It actually really is imperative to actually build your business using three-way experts because it really creates massive duplication in your business. Now, let me tell you a few different reasons why, first of all. Reality is third party is better than first party. When someone actually, when someone's actually taking a look at some information, they're really judging it based on you. So when they're looking at the information, they're going to look at you, they're going to judge it based on you, and they know your bad habits, they know what you do, what you like, what you don't like. And quite honestly, most people know you for who you are, but they know for a fact that you're not known for the business that you're in. So here's a saying that I've learned a long time ago. Third party is better than first party. Let me give you an example. Let's say, for example, that you and I are actually at a baseball game. Now, I'm an amateur at baseball, but let's say that you and I were actually at the bleachers, and we're sitting at the bench, and we're hanging out, and for some reason you started arguing against me who won the World Series in 1976. Now, I don't know who won the World Series, but I'm just using it as an example. Let's say you said, you know what, the Dodgers won in 1976 the World Series. And then I said, you know what? It's actually the Yankees. And you're like, no, trust me. I know baseball. Trust me. It's the Dodgers. And I go back and I say, no, it's the Yankees. Now we argue back and forth literally for like 10 minutes. And then Joe, who we don't know from Adam, comes down the bleachers and with his popcorn and his hot dog, and he says, "Excuse me, guys. I couldn't help but noticing, but were you guys arguing who won the World Series in 1976?" And then you and I are both looking at him. He's like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "You know what? I hate to say it, but it's not the Dodgers or the Yankees." And we're both looking at him. We're like, "Who won?" It's like, "Oh, it's the Red Sox." Now you and I don't know him from Adam, okay? But you and I will both agree. We'll go, "Oh." Right? How many times have we done that? I mean, yeah, for sure, at least dozens of times in our life. This funny thing is that in an argument, we'll take someone that we don't know, their opinion, versus, of our own. And the reason why is because, again, folks, third party is better than first party. Now, another thing is the reason why you want to use a third party expert is because it simply takes the pressure off of you. You don't want to be that person who chases after your friends and family and always asks for a sale all the time. And here's one thing I know is that when you point it at a third party expert, the expert can take the pressure off you and really ask him, hey, would you like to become a preferred customer? Would you like to be enrolled as a partner in the company? And you know what? There's no pressure on you because you're not asking for the sale, someone else is. And it keeps it very, very non-pressure environment. And one of my number one things is that it keeps it very duplicatable. It's that the reality about this business is that you want to keep it duplicatable. And here's what duplication means. Duplication means it can grow away from you, without you, and in spite of you. Now, if you're constantly the person, think about it. If you're the person constantly answering people's question all the time, guess what? You always have to be around. Now, I understand if you have a team of 3 people and they give you a call and they ask you questions, that's fine. You can answer all their questions. But if your team goes to 10 people, and you're there all the time, that's fine. You can handle a group of 10 people. But what about 1,000? What if 1,000 people gave you a call all the time? Now we're talking about that's a lot of pressure, and that's not duplicatable. But if you actually from the get-go started using a third-party expert and you started using a multiple amount of third-party experts, 10, 15 people, and you got your team to do the exact same thing, you can literally turn your phone off, go to the Bahamas for a month, and your phone might be off, but your cash flow is still coming in. And the reason why is because your team is using someone else for a third-party expert to answer their prospect questions, and you're not involved in that equation. That's called duplication. And lastly, another favorite of mine, it's just simpler, easier, and you work a whole lot less. Can you imagine a business that you don't have to answer anyone's questions? You don't have to work. All you have to do is give someone a DVD, a website, have someone try out a product, and when someone asks you a question, you're like, hey, look, I don't know, I'm new. Let me get you on the phone with someone that does know, right? So you want to keep it simple, and just think about it from your prospect's perspective. They're looking at you and they're thinking, wait a minute, he or she didn't even answer my question, didn't really talk, just got me on the phone with someone else, man, I can totally do this business. Okay. Now, when do you do a three-way call? You want to do it after you expose them with some sort of third-party tool, a tool other than your mouth. And what I mean by a third-party tool, you're having them check out a website, a DVD, maybe they tried out the product, maybe they actually came out to a live event and you needed you don't know how to get their questions answered, or you don't know how to close the sale or how to get them enrolled. Well, what you can do is you can get them on the phone with a three-way expert after that. Okay, so here's what I like to do. I like to role play with you. I'm going to call my wife Van, and she's going to be the prospect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and give her a call, and we're going to go ahead and actually get her on the phone with a three-way expert so you can see how the transition is like. So give me 1 second as I do a live call to a prospect. Now, by the way, before you're calling, what I encourage you to do is always have like a three-way expert in play already. Okay, always send a text blast out to 10 or 15 people and get someone to respond back.
Hello.
Hey, Van. Hey, Van, can you hear me? Hey, Van, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, Van, what's going on? It's Twan. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing.
Why are you calling me so late?
You know what? I was just giving you a call because you know what? I was just really excited, and I wanted to get your opinion on that video I actually sent you online. Did you actually ever get a chance to take a look at that video I sent you?
Yeah, I saw it. I liked it. The product seems really amazing.
Oh, that's awesome. Tell me more about that. What's the reason why you love the product so much?
Honestly, I saw some pictures on there and kind of blew me away. And I've been trying to find something to help out my skin tone, and I saw a photo on there that just really impressed me. And I just had a couple questions though, like how was this product discovered, and how does it guarantee such a great percentage on the result?
You know, that's a great question. I don't know. I'm new. But you know what? I totally agree with you what you said. I love the product, and like I said, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. And here's what I found out is that there's a lot of people who've been able to use the product, and they've gotten some amazing results from it. Actually, I know someone who is very successful in this company, and she's been able to use the product herself, had some amazing results. She's very successful, very down to earth, and she definitely knows all the answers to your questions. She might be kind of busy, but let me see if I can get a hold of her for a second. Can you hold on for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second. Hold on. And guys, basically at this point, I put her on hold. And once I put on a hold, what I'm going to do is whoever that responded back to my text message as an expert, I'm going to give them a call, and then I'm basically going to go ahead and actually bridge them in and have them answer the questions. So that's exactly a perfect idea of what it looks like when you fall with someone and transition into a three-way call. Now let me just kind of do some last bullet points training to help you out, okay? The first thing is, notice the first thing I ask them is, did you get a chance to take a look at that video on the website I sent you? So you always want to make sure that they've actually seen the information, okay? Now they haven't had a chance to see it yet. Assume that they're going to go and take a look at it and reschedule a next time that you're going to give them a call. The sooner the better. So, hey, have you had a chance to take a look at the website? They say no. Say, oh, I'm anxious to get your feedback on it. Can you take a look at it right now? Great question to ask. There's urgency behind it. Another question that if you would notice that we asked was, what was the one thing that stood out the most? What was the one thing that stood out the most based on what you've seen so far? Or you can ask, what did you like best? Don't ask them what do you think. What's your thoughts? You always want to ask them, what did you like best? Because it's directed towards a positive perspective, so they're going to respond back with a positive answer. And when they do, notice that all I said was me too, or like I totally agree with you. Because you do agree with them, because that's the reason why you got started in the business in the first place. And then another thing I've learned, if you notice, I said feel, felt, found. I know exactly how you feel. I felt the exact same way when I first saw the information. And here's what I found out. And you can transition into um, introducing the expert by saying, actually, I know someone who's actually had a chance to, and whatever the thing that they really like most. Let's say, I really like the opportunity. I really like the fact that you can work from home, be a stay-at-home parent. And you can actually transition like that and say, I know how you feel. I felt the exact same way. And I found so many people that have been able to do the exact same thing. Actually, I do know someone who's been able to do that, become a stay-at-home parent, work from home, and be with their kids. Very down to earth, knows all the facts, helping a ton of people, and I know they might be kind of busy, but give me a minute. Let me see if I can get a hold of them, okay? And all I did, if you're taking notes, I assumed, and I just didn't ask. I just assumed that I would get them on the phone, and I just did it. So don't ask. One of the things I've learned is you want to basically ask for forgiveness, then ask for permission. Okay. Now, once you actually bridge expert on the phone, you just introduce them. Hey, John, this is Sandy. Sandy, this is John. And then mute your lineup. Don't interrupt. The expert's going to go and direct them to the next tool, or maybe just get them started for you. Enroll them as a preferred customer or a partner in the company. The last thing I would tell you is that make sure that when you call the expert, I would say A, make sure that the expert's available, and then B, don't get into a horrendous story. Just let them know 4 things. Let them know the name of your prospect, their background, what tool did they use, and what was the one thing that they liked best. Guys, hopefully this video helped you out, and please share it. If you have any questions, let Van and I know. We're excited to support you in your business in relationship marketing. Take care. Thank you.